Hey, what's going on, people? I have here a piece of jewelry from Daniel Jewelry Inc. I'm going to be doing a review. My goal for this is to help anybody out that's indecisive about who to go to, or if they're kind of, tripping on the fact that they're ordering jewelry offline. Some people get weirded out by that. So, yeah, my goal with this is just to do an honest review and help anybody out that, you know, is curious about getting a nice piece of jewelry for themselves, and I haven't seen anybody review this size really. So I got a choker. I got a 9 millimeter, 18-inch solid 14 karat gold piece, and most of the reviews that I see on YouTube is like Gold Shop or those type of places that they have the plated stuff. I never hate on someone's happiness, but that's just not my stilo. I think if you're gonna spend money on jewelry, you should just get a piece that that's never gonna tarnish and you're never gonna have problems with. So I'm about to open this up if I can do it. There we go. All right, so like I said, this is a Daniel Jewelry Inc. piece. It's a jewelry box they send you. They send it super secure. These are the people. This is the chain. So like I said, I ordered it September 10th, and they told me 2 to 3 weeks, and I wound up getting it October 10th, which, I'm super impatient, but, this taught me patience, so I'm not really, upset about the fact that it took a little longer. I got my initials engraved. Nice, brushed look on the inside of the letters. It's really nice. Yeah, so this is a custom piece. They had to make it. I told them what I wanted, and they didn't have it in stock, and so they had to make it for me. So I understand that it takes a little longer, and that's cool. This is the tag that they send with the chain. So those are the specs: 113.3 grams. That's not how much I paid for it, but it's nice to know that that's what they think it's worth. That's cool. Again, these are the people, Daniel Jewelry Inc. And I never had a problem getting in touch with them. I saw that, they had big names going to them, like Anuel and Faruco and these like Spanish artists. Um, I was like, oh, that's cool. You get a chain from the same place these dudes are getting their stuff from. Seems legit. So I called them. Every time I called them, they picked up the phone. It was never an issue getting in contact with them. And yeah, I'm glad that I went with them. So I'm gonna do a few things. I'm gonna do the hang test because if you don't know, a Cuban link. Whoa, almost slid away there. Cuban link is supposed to hang completely straight, and I'm gonna weigh it out, and I'm gonna test the thickness. Now look at the consistency in these links. All of them are tight, and what I mean by tight links is the space between the link right there. It all looks like it's pretty much like rubbing. There is one funky link, and there he is right there. That's him right there. He's a little bit bigger gap than his brothers and sisters over here. I don't know what happened there, but you can't really tell when you're wearing the piece, so I'm not really tripping off it. And yeah, so there you go. That's it. And like I said, it's handmade, so you're spending all this money. You want to make sure you're safe. I'm gonna show you what this box clasp is like. Excuse me. So this is all handmade. It's really cool. If you get the chance, Google a video of how they make these boxes. Cause they really like saw a link in half and they create the box and they weld everything together, and it's really cool the process that they do it in. It makes you appreciate like the craftsmanship that's put into it. So spend all this money on a piece, you want to make sure it's secure and it's never going to leave your neck. So check this out. I'm going to show you what this sounds like. Listen for this. Boom. Big click. Like a seatbelt. And then you got boom. So that's secure. That's not coming off your neck until you decide to take it off. Like, there's no accidents that's going to happen with this. It's a nice quality official box lock. You know, they don't play any games with this, which is good. Good sense of security, you know. You're spending this money and they're not going to play games with your money. They're going to give you what you pay for. So that's it. Now I'm going to cut and I'll do the hang test for you guys. Alright, so scratch that. I'm going to do the caliper test first. Since I'm filming by myself, I don't want to have to put the phone in 100 different places. Alright, so let's test this out. So we got 9, 1. The beginning of the chain. Go to the middle about. 9, 2. 9, 1. Tight. Slightly thicker than 9mm. We'll go to the end of the chain. 9, 1. Alright, so slightly thicker. That's cool. And now I'm going to cut and we'll weigh it out. Alright, so I got my little scale here. And I'm going to turn it on. See, it's on 0. Make sure it's accurate. Boom. Alright, so now we're going to weigh this out. And so something that helped me a lot when figuring out, you know, how and where to buy my gold chain from, Jacoji from Cuban Links. This is his YouTube channel. He is an educator. He educates you on, you know, what you should look out for with certain jewelers and, you know, how to buy your gold for the gram weight. And so we got 13.6. And on the tab it said 13.3. So yeah. So Jacoji, he teaches you how to buy for the gram weight, and he educates you, and he's got some nice jewelry too. Initially I wanted to get my jewelry from him, but I found Daniel Jewelry Inc. and I figured they specialize in Cubans, so I'm gonna go to the Cuban King for the Cuban Link. Definitely I want to get my Franco from Jacoji though, because if Daniel Jewelry Inc. is the Cuban King, then Jacoji is the Franco King. And yeah, he's got a lot of nice Francos. I'm definitely going to go to him for that. But he did help me. If you guys, you know, want to educate yourselves before you buy a very expensive piece of jewelry, just check out his videos. He helps out a lot. He's really smart, and he educates you well. It's fun to watch his videos too, you know. The only other people I was really considering about getting a Cuban Link from was CMG, also in Miami. They're a father and a son, which is really respectable. I like it. Their chains looked very nice, but you know, I really was indecisive who to go to. So seriously, I flipped a coin. Like I legitimately flipped a coin between Daniel and CMG, and I went with Daniel, and I'm very happy that I did, because this is, you know, exactly what I wanted is exactly what I got, and everything for the most part that they said was gonna happen, you know, happened. Got everything, checks out, the weight, the thickness, you know, everything's legit. I'm just gonna cut and we'll do the hang test and we'll see how it hangs. Alright, so I'm gonna do the hang test for you guys. real quick, like I said, and with a little bit of affection, boom, you got it hanging straight, top to bottom. So if your chain doesn't hang straight, that means it wasn't filed correctly, and it'll do something like this. You know, at some point in the chain it'll twist. That just means it wasn't filed correctly. It might still look nice, you know, whatever, but that's the test that people do generally to see the quality of your chain. So I work with my hands, and I really didn't want like a 22 inch or like a 24 inch chain, you know, hanging there and swinging around and, you know, scratching on something. Or I work with electrical, so if my chain hit something and I got blasted because of it, I'd be a laughing stock. And it definitely wouldn't feel good. So I'm gonna put it on so you guys could see the way a choker looks at this 9mm thickness. So this is it. This is how I like to wear it. I always put the box lock to the side. I just like that look. Looks clean. This is exactly where I thought it would hang, you know. It's about 1.5 inches below the collar of my shirt. There's still a sag with it. With the 18 inch, you still get that little chain sag. Kind of makes me thinking about putting a little pendant on there, but I might be going too crazy. I don't know. I like the way the solidary chain looks. So a few things with having a choker. So most of the time I'll have my chain tucked, you know, unless I'm like going out to dinner or something like that, and you know I want to look nice, I'll have it out. But try to focus. Yeah, so most of the time, you know, I have my chain tucked. I like the way it looks. You know, you got a nice side neck view, but you also don't, it's not so like in your face, you know, that you don't just have a fat ass chain, you know, out of your shirt. But yeah, so thing with the choker is I'll have it tucked majority of the time. I'll bend over, pick something up, you know, something like that, and it'll pop out, and then you change this out. And here's another thing. So you see how it's sitting like this? A little weird. It's not sitting perfectly flat. It's kind of like doing something like that. So if you're not wearing a shirt, and you know, most of the time this will happen, you know, it'll just do this a little funky, little weird thing, because it's like halfway flipped and halfway not flipped. You either just flip it yourself or, you know, fix it. Sometimes it will flip and it'll show the button side, which is okay. This is smooth. It's just every time I put my chain on, I always put it, you know, with the box side out. Yeah, so I like the choker. I think it's a nice, tight, strong look. You know, this was for me, might not be for everybody, but if you wanted to get a good idea of how it might look on you, I'm 5'7", like 160 pounds, and I like it. You know, it's a good look. You know, so this is basically the end of the video. I hope I helped, you know, some people out with, you know, them wanting to buy a chain for themselves. I hope I gave you some good information. And yeah, this is Daniel Jewelry Inc. review. And yeah, I hope you guys liked it. If you liked it, just leave a like or something, comment. If you have any questions, I'll answer. That's it. Later.